Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today I'm bringing you a classic, and that's gonna be TF Elise Go Hard. Now, the funny thing is that while this deck is a classic from way back ago, I think it's actually pretty good in the current meta, as you see in some of the games that we had in today's video. So the reason that I really like it is because we have a lot of control tools because we're playing Shadow Owls, while also having some nice interesting tools from Bilgewater, namely Heavy Metal, Twisted Fate, and Agnacaboros. Heavy Metal I think is premium in this meta because we're able to so many decks out there are playing equipment. This card almost always can kill a Hookmaster, so you're trading 2 for 2 and get rid of their Hookmaster and their equipment together with it. So Heavy Metal ends up being really good. Obviously, Twisted Fate is one of the best cards in this deck. Twisted Fate lets you draw, lets you AoE clear stuff, lets you stun, and you have actually a good chance to level up Twisted Fate because we have so much draw in this deck. And then we have Agnacaboros, right? It's one of the best draw engines in the game. You draw 2 and you summon a unit that can be a blocker. All those cards combined. Oh, actually, I forgot a couple more Bilgewater cards, but we'll kind of talk about them as we talk about the rest of the deck, right? It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Just because you are able to potentially level up Twisted Fate. So all that draw engines are there in order to be able to have our Gohar. So Gohar is a 1-mana spell that when you play it, you get extra copies of Gohards in your deck, and after you play 3 Gohards, all copies of Gohards transform into Pack Your Bags. And Pack Your Bags is a 5-mana spell that deals 5 to all the enemy's units and their nexus. So the whole purpose of this deck is to actually try to turbo get Gohard because we have so much draw and be able to just clear the opponent's board that way. And just in the meantime, you're doing a lot of chip damage, right? So you're doing a lot of chip damage by having the Burgundy Sentinel, by having Elise, by having Fortune Croaker, right? All these units are able to put a lot of chip damage on your opponent so that eventually a single Pack Your Bag gets them low enough, or so that you can eventually go for a Ledros into a Pack Your Bags to just finish up the game. So it's kind of like a tempo aggressive style of deck where you just put a lot of pressure early on and then just finish with all the support cards that you have. We play Pool Shark so that it can draw into Gohards and potentially level up our Twisted Fate. Triple Quietus so that we can get rid of those pesky Seraphines or Ezreals. The Elise, like I talked about, use a lot of aggressive pressure early on. Fortune Croaker, just nice draw engine as well. Triple Glimpse, even more draw, pretty good. Heavy Metal we talked about. Battle Feast, some of the defensive tools that we have in Shadow Owls, allowing us to paint the opponent and be able to get, either put them low enough to set them up for a well or a red card, or just outright kill certain units that they have. Triple Sap is amazing in this deck. It lets us level up Twisted Fate, but also it can draw us into Glimpse, Quietus, or Gohard, right? Usually, or Heavy Metal as well, or Biofeast. Like, usually people don't like to play Sap in this type of TF Gohards because unless you can guarantee that you get the Gohard. But I think all our 3 cost and lower spells are so good that I want to see any of them with Sap Spray Fin. So I like it a lot here, and it can also be a way to push a lot more chip damage because of her elusive. And then we talked about Agnacaboros. We have Whale, lets us just obviously heal up and completely be able to remove some of the opponent's units, the whole board. And then Triple Vengeance, that is a key card to be able to get rid of like the Banes, potentially Pantheon, etc. Right away with just Vengeance. And then lastly, one of Commander Ledgers. He actually can be a really good finisher with this deck. If the opponent is at 10 HP or less, Commander Ledgers will put them at less than 5, which means that they lose to a single Pack Your Back. So Ledgers is kind of like a main finisher, but in the meantime, you're just putting a lot of chip damage and just setting up for those Gohards to clear the opponent's board and just push a lot of damage that way. It's a really fun deck, and I actually, as I was recording this video, I only played like 6 games of it, and I won every single game, as you'll see in the games coming up soon. So, hope you enjoyed the video today, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. See you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Gwen, Katarina, 1 Kalista, 1 Elise, maybe it's triple Gwen and then 1 of each. A little bit confused exactly what I'm going against. I don't hate having Twisted Fate in my hand. Elise is pretty good. Opponent get 3 cards though, so that's a little bit scary. Ledgers is not what we want in this matchup. It's kind of late. I don't even think we're going to get to play Ledgers in this match. Maybe I'm wrong though. Gohard would be kind of nice here, although I guess he lets him just play another unit afterwards. What? Ha. I'm confused now. I'm so confused now. I'm gonna play Elise. I'm gonna open a tab with Elise. Just so that we get the Spiderling. Opponent can decide to block with the host if they want to. But if they don't, then now we have blockers, right? So now we have blockers, which is always amazing. Okay, so opponent's gonna go for the foyer. This is gonna be a pretty nasty red card if the opponent lets me get it. What if we try to level up Twisted Fate? What if we try to level up Twisted Fate and then save this Croaker for when that happens? The only... I'll spoil you. Okay, so it's gonna be a Twisted Fate level again. The problem now... Okay, so that's what they're putting in place Kalista. The problem now is that Kalista is gonna push 6 damage. That Kalista is gonna push a lot of damage. Well, that's not true, because we're gonna have a Fearsome here, right? With a spell. Oh, it doesn't work, because he has to kill it with a spell, so it doesn't work with the red card. So she's gonna push about 6 damage, right? Because we're giving him all the Hallow. I still think it's worth it. Maybe not. Maybe we have to just go for the full level up. Yeah, maybe we have to go for the full level up. Yeah, maybe we go for the full level up and just we'll have be better off going for Complete the Iron Boros. We can attack here. Attack here. Wanna leave this one behind. If we had gotten Go Hard, this would feel pretty good. But now if the opponent could the opponent doesn't want to block opponent doesn't want to block with any other unit because then they lose to the Go Hard, right? Or like a Well or a Biofeast. Okay. Okay, okay. Fearsomes are scary. The Fearsomes are really scary. What if we glimpse? What if we glimpse right here? In case that that we were able to still keep the Sentinel as a Fearsome blocker. Shark. Let's do our own pool Shark, right? So you have your Shark, we have our Shark. We have a Fearsome blocker. Opponent's gonna level up Kalista though. And that's gonna bring back 2 Sharks. It's gonna bring back 2 Sharks. Let's say, ooh. We are 1 away. I guess the pool Shark gets us there. That's not the right attack. Yeah, that's not the right attack in my opinion. Gwen? We could just straight up just Vengeance that Kalista. But I also think that Vengeance in the Gwen is probably better. Well, I guess we can always block, right? We don't have to Vengeance right now. So we can block here. Block here. Don't need to block that. We'll take 3. I guess if the opponent actually... They're gonna get 2 Sharks back as well. We have enough blockers for the Sharks, so I'm not concerned about that. We have a blocker for Gwen. We have a blocker for here. Quietus doesn't kill anything. We pass. Because I want to level up Twisted Fate next turn, so I don't want to use my Vengeance. I want to instead use the Pool Shark or even the Croaker. Right? We can level up Elise by playing the Calling Sensation as well. But that's not true, because we're probably going to have to sacrifice both Spiderlings. Well, I guess we have double Calling Sensation. We do have double Calling Sensation, so that's going to be pretty good for us. And with Twisted Fate level up, we'll always be able to kill the Sharks. Now, this is going to be 6 damage here. Yeah, we're always going to be able to kill the Sharks. So we can go here. That's going to get rid of 1 Shark. We can go here.
Wait a minute.
We go here, here. We go down to 3. Am I okay with that? Am I okay going down to 3? Definitely don't want a vengeance. Definitely don't want a vengeance. I think I have to go down to 3. I think I have to go down to 3 and have the opponent That doesn't work. It doesn't work. So I kind of like the sap. Kind of like the sap over the other ones, just so that I can potentially thin out my deck a little bit more. Maybe we don't actually pay the sensation. We don't have to pay the sensation. Yeah, so this whole board is gonna die. The sensation gives me blockers, but we could just... I guess we because I want to kind of keep mana. Do we need that sensation? I don't think we need. We have enough. We're gonna have enough blockers for days. This is gonna level up. We can start by vengeancing the Gwen. But the problem with starting with the vengeance is that the opponent could have like atrocity, and that could be a problem. We could kill the Kalista by going Battle Feast, right? Battle Feast, and then the gold card will stun the Kalista and kill her. Probably need to keep Vengeance mana to beat an atrocity. Okay, so whatever he targets, we can just Vengeance, right? So whatever he targets, we can just Vengeance, as long as we have enough mana for it. So we just do Sap. We play Sap. If he targets the Gwen, we just Vengeance the Gwen. If he targets the Kalista, she gets stunned by the gold card. Oh, that's not true. Kalista doesn't get stunned anymore, because this is stronger. So Kalista will live. But Kalista by herself is not a threat. If we wait... Okay, we have a second Vengeance for Gwen. So I don't think I'm scared of Gwen attacking us next turn. We will take 2, right? We will take 2 from Gwen. When it goes for Thread the Needle. I think that's fine. Because we can always Vengeance the Gwen. Oh, if the opponent actually blocks here, we can also just Battle Feast her. I guess we attack with everything, because opponent's always gonna... Like, if opponent blocks, that's okay with me. This is gonna be 7 damage.
To the chase.
I do like... Actually, that's worse for him, right? So now the opponent's not even dealing 2. The only thing I'm scared of is another fearsome ally. So it's actually worse for him to have leveled up the Gwen, because it means that the whole skill gets cancelled. So we no longer even take 2 anymore. We're not even taking 2 anymore. Now, we lose to Atrocity though. So we're losing to the Atrocity. What if we just Wail and Bio? Do they have any buffs that can save this? The only thing I lose to is Atrocity, I think. Because again, because the opponent leveled up the Gwen, her skill now gets cancelled entirely, so we're not even taking 2 damage. Alright. So we even get to keep our Vengeance. And then next time we have Lethal. Yeah. We're back to 8 HP. Losing Twisted Face sucks though. Not gonna lie. When it gets a Battle Feast. We can pull shark, right? Gives us potential draw so that we can still percent lethal on the open. So the pull shark lets us percent lethal on the open. The midnight raid doesn't matter because we can just block that. We push 4. As long as we push at least 1, as long as we put the opponent at 1. Oh, never mind. There we go. Boom.
Only fools play the hand they're dealt.
You have to find a way to kill this Twisted Fate again. Let's start with the Quietus. So we can start with the Quietus, killing the Spiderling, and then Battle Feast to kill another unit. So the Battle Feast will then kill, I guess... well, yeah, this is game, right? Because we have a way to just stun and kill all their units. Oh, and there we go. We go here. We go here. That kills the whole board. And then we attack with everything. Got a little bit dicey there at first, right? The Kalista actually put in a lot more work than I expected. Oh, we actually lost a Spiderling because we played it incorrectly, but, you know, that's fine. If we could have done it the right order, where we actually could have gotten the Spiderling.
It was in the cards.
So, GG's. In this matchup, we're going against... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? We're going against Card Grounds when we're playing a deck that wants to do like a lot of pings? What are the chances? Now, Quietus is going to be amazing, right? Quietus is just going to destroy that Braum. It's going to make Braum really, really sad. I think we go here. I think I like the Gohar early to start setting up, right? Because we can always draw it with the sap. Quietus kills the Braum. Yada yada. Maybe opponent doesn't play anything. If they play Scargons, then yeah, this Gohar is going to be pretty sad for us. Do we draw now? Do we wait until we have the Gohars enabled? Honestly, I like drawing now. I don't think I want the opponent to just pass and play their Skyground, so I think I like to just draw. I think I like to draw now. Just push the 2. That way we also a little bit more efficient with the sap next turn. Opponent goes for the blood letters. We pass. We can always block this. Doesn't matter. Wow. So this is gonna be a Braum play. There it is. Yeah, that's a Braum play. I think we can go the Sentinel. I think we can go the Sentinel so that we can, when we kill the Braum, we can enable it. He also plays around. So we just kill it, right? I wanted to play around the Braum's take card, and opponent just gave us the option. Don't think they have a buff. Don't think in this region they have a buff. So they just use their equipment, and we still get the value. The Ballista, huh? So that's what they're playing. Interesting. We'll say that I was not expecting the Ballista. We can also go here. We can wait for the opponent to transfer the Ballista somewhere else before we go to Heavy Metal. Okay, if you go like this and just block me with the Tentacle, you know that, right? Like this, there's no way that I'm not blocking the Tentacle. Let's go ahead and play the Elise. We push 5 damage with Fearsomes. The opponent is able to block with the with the Spiderlings, with the blood letters, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Don't think that's gonna matter too much. This Heavy Metal is there for when the opponent transfers the Ballista to something that would die to that Heavy Metal. Nah, this Vladimir is gonna. Vladimir's kind of getting up there, huh? Let's pass first. I do want to draw. There it is. See, so that's what I was waiting for. He went for the Ballista, took an extra damage to their Nexus, and the Ballista get destroyed anyways, and so does the Blood Letter. And do I want to go for the Croaker just yet? I think I want to wait until I have more Gohars in my deck. But probably was correct to go for the Croaker and just take the draw now. second Quietus is gonna be really good against the Reaver. Oh, really? But do I save this for the second Braum? I mean, this girl is not really doing anything to us, right? So why don't we go like this? Go play the sap. Okay, opponent has flock. So now we can glimpse instead. That's why I did it on the Elise, by the way, instead of the Sentinel, because the Sentinel is going to push more damage. Yeah, let's go for the sap.
Keep up, keep up.
Potentially get another Gohar. Okay, get another glimpse instead. Push our 5 damage. Opponent goes down to 6. Which is just one more before they die to the pack your bags. Now, we don't have to pack your bags, unfortunately. They do have the Unforgiving Call. Okay, so he stops both of these. I'm okay with this, because he just sets it up for the Gohar to actually kill it. That's huge. That's actually pretty big, huh? I guess we can always Vengeance her. We can't always just Vengeance her, but we can save the... Oh, we can... No, Quietus, she's already leveled up. Level up Twisted Fate doesn't seem half bad, to be honest. Because we can play for the Pool Shark. And we have the Glimpse. So we can play for the Pool Shark, and we also have the Glimpse. We still have Vengeance to kill anything else that's like a threat. The Sander's a little bit annoying. And by a little, I mean like a lot. That's a good roll because it gives him the tough. And he also gives him the Ice Shard. I forgot about the Ice Shard, so I think it was probably correct to Vengeance her. I forgot about the Ice Shard, huh? Yeah, I completely forgot about the Ice Shard. Because what this is gonna do now is that the opponent can just clear my whole board. But if they had Avalanche anyways... Okay, they're just gonna go here. I guess let's just Glimpse here then. This is the only one that's fleeting. We can play Elise. Maybe opponent has like an Avalanche or a Beam. But that would let me potentially level up the Elise. If it's an Avalanche, we can level up Elise. Gnar. Okay, so we're gonna go here. I don't want to deal with the Ashe. I already forgot about it last turn. I'm not gonna forget about it this time. Combat Cook?
A good fight, the spice of life. Garlic works in a pinch.
I think we just block and play the Spiderlings, right? So if we just block here, we can play the Spiderlings. Still not gonna be enough damage for us to win. But I don't want to add more cards into my deck either. Because I also feel like... Because we're probably gonna Ledros, right? Probably gonna Ledros. This is pushing 2, 4, 5. So the opponent goes down to 6. This is pushing another 2. Let's go here. We don't have enough spiders to level her up just yet, and her opponent is obviously just gonna block whatever we attack with Elise. My concern is that the opponent keeps getting pretty good champions, to be honest. Okay, so we can attack here. And if the opponent blocks with the combat code, we can always heavy metal. If I can get them down to 1, then the Legends will automatically kill them. And maybe that's the way that we have to do it. Yeah, so we can actually kill the Gnar. We can kill the combat cook. Opponent gets Kalista. Let's Ledros. Yeah, let's Ledros. This is dealing 3, so then opponent is losing to the Elusive. Unless they have a way to beat the Elusive, right? And we're still wider than them, and opponent has 2. Oh, they get to heal back up. Oh, okay, so they get to heal back up all the way to 4. But if they do that, they also lose it to the... Well, actually, they get to heal all the way to 6, right? But if they do that, they're still losing the Vladimir, because we block with the Ledros. And that's a huge drop.
Let's see what
Yeah, we block with the Legends. We take 4 here. We can wail. We can wail, which kills like half of their stuff. Actually, this just straight up dies. So this thing straight up just dies. So the opponent kind of helped me out here. I guess Led just dies without committing anything, but we just baited out another. So by doing that, the opponent just lets us bait out another Unforgiving Cold. So you're still gonna have to block Transfusion to keep the Nara alive, which still loses to the double battle piece. And that was a Vladimir spell. The opponent still has one more value from the Abyss. We do lose the Legos. Opponent's down to 5. Vladimir stays on the field. We can play the Anakaboros, allowing us to get a pretty big wide open attack, but the problem is Vladimir being able to heal up every single turn. Like, Vladimir healing up is a problem. I can force the Kalista to have to block the Ledgers. Actually, we play Ledgers every time, right? Ledgers puts him down to 2 again, because Ledger does... Wait, opponent's using all their freezes? That's a mistake, because how you gonna beat the Sap now? How are you beating the Sap now? We know that the opponent has a champion in their hand that they didn't use, and now they have another champion, and you just use all your freezes. This puts you down to 2, because Ledgers rounds up, meaning that you're losing to the elusive, unless you top deck another freeze, or you top deck, like... It has to be another freeze, right? Or another archer, but they already used all their archers, right? That was their... No, that was their second one. So there you go. Yep. We're also a little bit wider than them, right? And if the opponent summons another unit here, we can always battle piece one of their blockers away too, so... Ooh, got a little bit dicey, but Legends just puts a lot of pressure on them, so GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Entux, playing Ashe LeBlanc. If we can aggro him down, maybe? I like the battle piece. I like this whole hand. I like the battle piece, obviously, because of the Glory Seeker. And I like the Elise just to push damage early, etc, etc. Question is, do we play Elise in turn 2? I guess if the opponent has Calling Strike... If the opponent has Calling Strike, I'm okay taking that Calling Strike.
I pull the strings.
I think I'm okay taking that Calling Strike on the Elise. If it's Calling Strike, I'm cool with that. Because that's the only thing that stops Elise right now. I guess it could also be Icebell Archer.
A chill in the air.
Yeah, so it could be the Icebell Archer. And we don't need to do anything because we have access to Battle Feast. We also have Gohards, but unfortunately we didn't get any of it.
I hate having to put my face on.
Let's just go here. It will allow the LeBlanc to attack, unfortunately, but opponent's not really going to have any good blockers next turn. Opponent's not really going to have any good blockers next turn. I want to open attack and just let my Elise go through. I am going to give him another reputation trigger, unfortunately. But that means that the opponent's going to just lose to the Gohar now. Like, if they block anywhere here, they're losing to the Gohar. Otherwise, they're taking 7 damage. And can still lose to the Gohar if we draw a second. Opponent's going to freeze.
Useless.
I guess now we got a glimpse instead. Just so that we dodge the opponent getting the reputation trigger. Okay, and I'm gonna glimpse one more time.
So young.
And now the opponent is actually losing to the second Gohar next turn. I'm gonna open right now. So that the opponent, if Methods develop, they lose to the second Gohar. If he doesn't develop, then he's still fine. And we also have Vengeance for later on. I just want to be able to slow down this LeBlanc enough. Just the Fade as well. Alright. Let's go here. Let's start with the red card. That way opponent's losing one or the other. They can only save one with Troll Shen. They can only save one of them with Trollshan. There it is. And they pick the LeBlanc. But they still lose the Glory Seeker, and LeBlanc still doesn't level up. Do we take that 5? I think we do. I think we take that 5 and we play a second Gohar. And we potentially draw another one with the sap. Do I even want to commit? Do I want to commit this Vengeance? I mean, do I want to attack with the Twisted Fate? I don't know if I need to. I guess we do. Honestly, I'm going to attack with Twisted Fate. If the opponent has another freeze to try to kill Twisted Fate, it just potentially lets me play another Twisted Fate. If they have something else here, I'm just going to Vengeance it. Right? So that way we baited out the Trollshan. And the Blanc still dies. And we still push 5 damage. So we bait out the Trollshan. Opponent still 2 away from Reputation. Down to 4 cards. We're going to be very close to a pack here shortly. Twisted Fate is going to potentially level up.
The War Mother will unite us all.
3, 5, 6, 7. We just go like this. We Vengeance this 2 to settle for an open attack. And slow down the Reputation triggers. And now we play Anakaboros. We actually need to play Sab before we play the second Gohar, the last Gohar, sorry. And that's exactly 9. Opponent's gonna have to have a freeze again. And that's only 1 because the opponent hasn't played any equipment, so they still go down to 3, and they're losing to the Gohar. So we're gonna go Sap. Hopefully get the last Gohar. We don't get it.
Sharpen the blade, secure the kill.
We don't get the Gohar. We don't get the Gohar. But I do want to use it anyways. This is gonna prevent the opponent from just being able to open. Let's go here. Probably better to go after the LeBlanc though, to be honest. But let's go here. Opponent already used multiple Trollshans. So they probably have no way to save this Glory Seeker. Which will allow Twisted Fate to level up. They got their Elixir Iron. Okay. That will trigger the Reputation. So they got their Elixir Iron, which is triggering the Reputation. I guess we can just play Elise right here.
There's nothing to fear.
They could go for the Rally. Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate. Finally gets the Hookmaster.
Sometimes you're fishing for trouble, are ya?
We can just kill that Hookmaster. Right? Because we can go like this. No, because that's... he got buffed up by the hard card. So we're gonna have to go here instead.
Where do you stand on
Just
cold
open attack
shots?
is what I'm looking for now. So now I'm just looking to win through the open attack. While also still drawing some stuff here. But only has 2 blockers. We need to have already used 1 Reese. And we just need to go... We need to just draw the pack. We have a lot of ways to draw pack here. Trollshan is one thing. Calling Strike is another. Opponent goes down to 2. I guess let's glimpse here. I wish I glimpsed the Tentacle, to be honest, so to stop the LeBlanc from leveling up. Okay, so we win with the Twisted Fate. Alright. It was either Pack or Twisted Fate, right? Either way wins us the game. So I'm not too concerned about this. And we also get to clear the whole board. Because the problem with Sap is that now that we have Pack, it's not going to be able to actually be drawn by the Sap. So that's why I wanted to do the Sap those turns ago when we still had the Gohar at 1 mana. But we ended up not drawing it, so it is what it is. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Twisted Fate Misfortune. So it's going to be Pirate Aggro. Unfortunately for the opponent, we kind of have a lot of ways to deal with Pirate Aggro, don't we? Like the multiple Gohars are really good. lets us heal and stop their attacks. And now we also have Whale and Twisted Fate.
Reporting in?
Yeah, unfortunately we can't do anything about that rear guard, so that rear guard gets to, you know, attack us for 3. That's probably the one drop that we can't deal with. I'm gonna just pass. We can... Okay. Okay, so we can just Anakaboros and kill the rear guard.
Okay, ready.
It's an interesting idea, but we have our own. Multiple Twisted Fate, okay. I do kind of want to play the Sap. I think I do want to play the Sap. Gives me a blocker, and also gives me a spell. Another Gohar. Okay, so we got all 3 Gohars in our hand now.
Fuse is lit.
You can attack here. There we go. Gohar 1, Gohar 2. Wait, why didn't we set up the well instead? You know, I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna set up the well for later. I'm gonna go here instead. It was probably better to set up the well, to be honest. But we also have Twisted Fate. So I still think we're in a decent spot. We also want to do the Sap before we do the 3rd Gohar, so that we actually have a good chance to join our Gohar and just have Pack enable.
Nothing like the stink of blood and sweat.
Let's start here.
Demacia sends
Let's
its
start here.
regards.
See where the opponent plays. That way we're not tapping out a Twisted Fate. Because having Twisted Fate mana as a threat is stopping the opponent from developing a potential 2nd Marai Warden.
I'm always up for a round or two.
Oh, that's it?
People worse.
That is all you had? So... if we go Twisted Fate, we set up for the well, but I don't think we need to set that up right now. If we go here, we get this potential 3rd Gohar. Oh, we didn't get it? Ah, it's unfortunate.
Victory at any cost.
We can block here, here, and here.
Oh, dancing partner.
We have a Gohar here that we can set this up. And now we have the well set up. So now we have the well set up while still having triple Twisted Fate. I need to just play this Twisted Fate, to be honest. I need to just play this Twisted Fate and just draw here. Especially with us having access to Bio. Because I think there's a good chance that we can just level up Twisted Fate. So the Bio is huge because now, again, I'm always going to use well. This is just a setup for the well. So I don't need to actually have anything else enable. Yeah, like we just go like this. Now, if the opponent tries to attack here, sure. I'm even willing to sacrifice this TF, to be honest. I'm willing to block with this TF.
Charmed,
Cool.
I'm sure.
Because we have 2 more in our hand. I actually prefer getting the draw from TF. Yeah, there you go. They go. That's the reason that I was willing to not do like a Bio plus Whale to kill a Tentacle. So we end up healing more, and they have the first Fervor. We can play the Elise, which gives me even more blockers from now on. So the opponent will not even be able to actually do anything to us. And the opponent has to worry about pack your bags for the rest of the game. So, yeah, we ended up getting a hand with like all our healing. And he ended up just working out. There was that turn though where we should have probably just done the double Gohar on the 2 health units and then just set up for the well. But it is what it is. So GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Entux, who's playing Ashe LeBlanc. Don't hate it. I mean, Quietus is going to be useless here though. It's not going to really hit anything. Heavy Metal is probably going to be better because he can actually hit the Hookmaster. Let's keep the Elise. Just gonna put some pressure. We kind of need to aggro them down, right? The heavy metal is interesting because you can hit the Hookmaster like we talked about. The Quietus doesn't kill anything in this matchup. We like Quietus better for Seraphine matchups. So it's a little important there. Let's just get some elusive damage here, because why not? I mean, sorry, some damage here, because why not? If they play the Hookmaster, we are ready for it. If they don't play anything, we can use Elise. Cool. They could have the Calling Strike here. There it is. They have their Calling Strike. We play our second Elise, forcing to have the 3-drop. Right? So they could have the Trapper. But I think we have to force the subject and actually have them have it. Yeah, just like that. He doesn't have it. So now we get to push another 4 damage. It's cool. This heavy metal might end up being useless if the opponent literally has nothing that they're gonna actually play.
Victory requires a sharp blade.
Okay. Do I wanna... Opponent might have Troll Shen, right? There it is. That's why I didn't want to commit the whale or anything like that. We'll just go ahead and draw.
I'm always up for a round or two.
I guess I could have gone for the stun. Keep our Elise alive. But then we get punished by a second Glory Seeker. I think I'm okay drawing. We have plenty of value here. We're gonna push another 5. Right? We're gonna push another 5.
Like trouble.
Sorry, 4. We have Vengeance for anything that the opponent summons. They don't summon anything important. Let's start with the Battle Piece first. I could have done it on the stack to make this a little bit stronger. I guess I lost some 2 damage by not doing it on the stack. Cool. So the opponent has stuff that are buff. We haven't gotten any gold hearts yet, which... Okay, this is actually pretty good because it could potentially level up our Twisted Fate. We can go here and just heavy metal this LeBlanc. Get her out of the way. Do I even care? What if we just Vengeance this? What if we just Vengeance this and just aggro him down? I think I like this. So we can play Anakaboros and just have a pretty big open attack. Yeah, opponent has to like desperately do something else here. Let's go here. I have the potential of losing my Twisted Fate here if I attack with it, but this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What if we keep him back? Why do we keep him back because of that? Because opponent doesn't... I don't think opponent has a second Calling Strike. If they did, they would have played it already. But that freeze would have just punished our Twisted Fate when we actually have the ways to level him up with the Anakaboros. We can also just go Fortune Croaker first. That way, TF just levels up right away. Yeah, so we can just go like this. So now TF levels up in our draw, because opponent obviously doesn't have another Calling Strike right here. And now we have access to Vengeance.
Looks like I'm on a hot streak.
Don't think they only have 6 damage on the board, so it's not gonna be enough. By us Vengeancing the Hearthguard last turn, we also stop any reputation triggers for being enabled. So level up Twisted Fate. GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Pirate Aggro. And unfortunately for the opponent, this is one of their nightmare matchups, right? Now we didn't get the Wells yet, or the Go Hard, so I'm gonna try to find for them. But we did get Twisted Fate, so that's not bad. Wish I got the Go Hards. Go Hards, well, both of those. Okay, we got the Go Hard. So we got Go Hard and we got Heavy Metal. So the opponent has a 1-drop that has 1 health. They lose to the Gohard. They ended up getting the rear guard, which is obviously not 1 health. We can heavy metal the rear guard.
I have my orders.
We can heavy metal the rear guard, or we can play Elise here. No, I think I prefer heavy metal the rear guard, right? That prevents 3 damage. And then we can Gohard this Saboteur, right? If the opponent develops something else. So we save the most damage by Goharding right now. So we go like this. Opponent just pushes 2. We can play Elise and create another blocker for future turns, and then we can set up for a Twisted Fate Red card on the pressure spec. That's okay. We got a little bit too many. We got a little bit of a heavy hand.
Nice to meet you.
Oh boy. You better not develop next turn. But they have to, right? If they don't develop, we have 2 blockers, so they're only pushing 1 damage. They have to develop. So they have to develop, and they're gonna get blown out by the red card. Like, they have no choice but to develop, because this open attack also is bad. This open attack is so bad.
Hello, new best friend.
Deal me in.
Bye-bye, opponent. GG's. Thank you for playing. See you next time. Berber? Sure. Make it rain? Yeah, see you next time, opponent. See you next time. They could have the Jagged Butcher here for all I care. I'm just gonna block with Twisted Fate if they have the Jagged Butcher. Yeah, like that. I'm literally gonna block with Twisted Fate.
The dead don't need riches.
Because Twisted Fate is not gonna level up in this matchup, so I don't really care. Now your cards are back down to 1 HP. You're losing to Battlefields, you're losing to Well, you're losing to Gohards. I'm surprised that the opponent's still sticking around, to be honest. So let's go here first. Maybe we get the Gohard to kill that Butcher, so that the opponent doesn't have a fearsome blocker.
Never lost a fair game.
Has to resort to the blue card. I mean, that's a good draw. That's not a bad draw, to be honest. That is not a bad draw, but we're gonna go here. This heals me 1. Gets rid of the fearsome blocker. At least can attack. We get to push 4 damage at the very least. Have heavy metal for the Twisted Fate if we ever get a little bit scared that he might, you know, level up. If the opponent for some reason decides to block the Spiderling, we can just Battlefield the Twisted Fate as well. Make it rain. Okay, so they hit the Make it rain. I think I'm down to just kill that Twisted Fate, to be honest. Right, because that's like 2 damage that we don't need to take. Because it's just if it has quick attack. So that's 2 damage that we don't need to take. Opponent usually use double Make a Rain. They need to have Iron Kaboros for them to even have a chance. Misfortune is kind of annoying, but she loses to Heavy Metal plus Battlefields.
Need a second.
Okay. I'm down to sacrifice my sap. Or we can even sacrifice Elise and just play the second Elise.
Okay, ready.
It's better to sacrifice Sap and go for the Calling Sensations. I think it's better to go for the Calling Sensations, right? That way I just have blockers for life. I guess opponent could have a second Twisted Fate, but then they're using Red card and not using it to draw.
Nest.
We could even Battlefield right now and level up Elise. But I don't actually think that's worth it. I think we want to keep the Battlefield to stop a Fervor. Right? So I think we want to keep the Battlefield to stop a Fervor, or for us to kill the Misfortune and Twisted Fate. Opponent might be tempted to block here to prevent the Elise level up. Doesn't bother with it.
Deal me in.
Yeah, so see, they had to use the red card there, right? So they had to use the red card there. We can just Quietus to kill the second Twisted Fate. And we have Battlefield for the other guy. And then eventually we just play this and we win the game. Decimate. I'm scared of Misfortune. That's why I'm gonna keep both these cards. This pushing 1 damage is not a big deal for me. Okay, we got a second Battlefield, so we can even stop that. I'm surprised that the opponent's still sticking through it. Okay, so that's their third Twist of Fate. Ha! I respect it. I guess let's go here. This heals me 1, gets rid of the unit, gives me a blocker. Third Twist of Fate. Oh, also gets the sap. Let's go here. Make it rain. Do I care about taking these 2 damage, considering that the opponent just loses to the Commando Ledgers next turn? I don't think so, right? Like, the only thing that the opponent could have is Misfortune to be able to block this. I think I'd rather just keep this in case that I need, like, you know, more healing. And there we go. Now that has to be game, right? 3 Twisted Fates that we went through before the opponent finally found... Before the opponent can lose, right? I guess they could have like Anakaboros. Oh, look, the opponent's nice. They let us get the hit with Legends, so yeah, GG's. Just gonna bully aggro with this decks, right? So, oh, so close to 200. Boo. GG's. Hey, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed those games. Pretty crazy, right? Pretty crazy just how many good matchups there are with this deck. Like LeBlanc Ashe as well. I didn't realize how good of a matchup that was for us, but we just saw us beating Entux twice, which is obviously a very strong player by all rights. So, you know, it has a lot more favorable matchups that I realized with this deck. And obviously, any aggro deck, you just slam them right in the face, slap them around, kick them around, bully them. So, feels really, really good. It felt really, really good. And as you saw, I almost got to 200 OP. So, you know, I even climbed a little bit with this. In terms of mulligan, I definitely like keeping at least 1 Gohar. If you're going against something that Quietus is good against, like Seraphine, then I want to keep 1 Quietus as well. Definitely want to go for Elise early on, so we can start pushing a lot of pressure. So you're looking for the Sentinel as well, just puts a lot of pressure early. So Sentinel, Elise, Gohar are my main things that I'm looking for. Quietus, matchup dependent. Proker, matchup dependent. Heavy Metal, matchup dependent. Like if you're going against someone that has Hookmaster, you probably want to keep 1 Heavy Metal. Twisted Fate is not a bad keep as well. If I really have a good enough early board like Elise and Sentinel, then I don't mind keeping 1 Twisted Fate either, so that I can set it up that way. And obviously against aggro, you can decide if you want to keep stuff like Well, or keep your stuff like Battle Piece as well. But anyways, enough about that. Hope you enjoyed today's games, and if you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream 2 to 3 times a week, and you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.